Hey guys, Michael Smith here, the Beach Banger, and recently I made an announcement about how this year's New Year's Eve fireworks show is going to be held at the Cat 5 restaurant in Simmons Bayou. Okay, and that fireworks show will be a partnership between me and the owner of that establishment. All right, my friend Scooter. Okay, and so I have a couple of weeks until that night, and I have a lot to do. I got a lot of stuff I need to get done before then. I don't want to wait till the last minute to do so. Today, I'm starting my preparations for that show by doing a cake board. Now personally, I've never done a cake board before. I've seen one done on YouTube a few times, and so I'm just gonna go with what I saw based on that. This cake board is one of several things I have to do to get ready for the show. And this cake board is gonna have 4 200-gram cakes. And so at this time, I'm gonna show you the 4 cakes that we're gonna use on this cake board. All right, here's the cake board. As you can see, there are 4 cakes on the board. And the first cake is actually over here in the back. It's called Kabloom by Mad Hornet. I actually kind of reviewed these cakes in my second haul from Shelton video. So if you haven't seen that, you might want to check that out. I'm going to tell you what these things here do. The first one here is called Kabloom. It just says 16 shots, and there's no performance listed. All right, the second cake, called Frostbite, it's by Black Avenger. It's 25 shots. I don't see a performance on it either. I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, man, why is this guy buying fireworks that don't have a performance listed on the firework? Well, a lot of fireworks don't have the performances on them. In fact, you know, like most people, you know, I actually buy fireworks based on word of mouth. I also buy fireworks based on the name itself and the packaging. If the packaging is appealing, then I'll buy it. The type of cake or firework it is also determines whether or not I'll buy it. But moving on, the third cake on this board is called the Big Bomber. It's also by Mad Hornet. It's 16 shots. And let's see. They just shoot up. Okay, this one here does have performance. This one here says, rocket to the sky with this loud and powerful item. Each of 16 shots rises high with a loud crackling tail, only to break in an explosive burst of more loud crackle. So at least we know what that one there does. This last one is called Magic Carpet by Brothers. And Brothers is a very popular brand. And it does have a performance on it as well. It says alternating Silvertail to Red Stars, Silvertail to Green Bouquet, Silvertail to Blue Stars. There you have it. That's the performance. I just want to talk about the positioning of these cakes. 200-gram cakes usually last 15 seconds or so. All right, and so basically I put these cakes about 12 inches apart. And so the first cake's over here, and here's the fuse. Well, the fuse to the second cake is right here. So basically, I'll run a fuse from here to here. and then it'll just wrap around and go to the third cake, which is right here, and then it'll hit the last cake, which is right here. Let me show you the tools required to create this cake board. Starting off, I got just a little knife. I got some wire cutters. I also have some liquid nail. And I also have some safety fuse. This safety fuse right here burns about 16 to 20 seconds per foot, which would be good for the cake board. And I also have some zip ties. These zip ties are used to connect the fuses. Now the first thing I had to do is position the cakes on the board itself, which I've already done that. The next thing I'm going to do is I have to secure each cake onto the board, which is the purpose of having the liquid nail gun. By securing the cake to the board, that'll help prevent the cake from moving around or topping over, help prevent accidents, because you never know what might happen, and you want these cakes to be secure on the board. I'm going to go ahead and apply the liquid nail to the bottom of the first cake. Alright, we completed applying the liquid nail to the bottom of the 200-gram cakes. That liquid nail works pretty fast. It don't take much time at all for it to start drying. The next step is to fuse the cakes together, starting with kabloom. Now what I'm going to do is gently remove this safety tab from the fuse. Now that I have the fuse exposed, I'm going to connect the cake fuse to one end of the safety fuse using zip ties. And I like to make 2 connections. Because the kabloom is the first one, and I'm going to give the igniter a chance to back away, I'm going to extend the safety fuse out just a little bit. I learned in the past that you don't want to make these zip ties too tight or actually choke out the ignition. But it wants to be tight enough where it don't slip. The first cake has been fused to the safety fuse. I'm not going to show you guys me fusing all these cakes together, so I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll get back to you in just a minute. Alright, as you can see, I removed the wrapper from top of Kabloom, our first cake. And I don't know if you can see or not, but inside each one of these little tubes, there's a piece of cardboard in there that's circular with a hole in it. And each time this thing blows off, those little cardboard pieces fly out, and they'll be everywhere. And that I have no control over because that has to stay in there. Watch me now as I take off the wrapper for the second cake. Being I didn't show you me taking off the first cake. Now, as you can see, the top of the second cake has been removed and the boards have been exposed. I'm gonna go ahead at this time and take off the second two tops, and when I get done, I'll get back with you. All right, guys, I went back and applied some more liquid nails to the side of the cakes. As you can see here, for some extra support. It may not look the prettiest, but I don't want these cakes shaking. And to be honest with you, it's not so much shaking as they're being set off as it is shaking or getting moved while in transport, while I'm actually moving from my house to the shoot site. Yeah, I don't want the cakes getting moved or knocked around during that time. But as you can see here, the cake board for all intents and purposes is finished. I have 4 cakes fused together. They're about a foot apart. The only thing I can say is maybe I should have used a smaller board or added 2 more cakes. Well, that concludes this portion of my New Year's Eve prep. Thanks for watching me put together a cake board for the first time. Up next, we're going to take a look at the 18-shot fan rack, and we got to decide which ball shells to put in the 18-shot fan rack. But until then, I'm the Beach Banger. Until next time, keep banging.